back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please ensure to click the subscribe button down below. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to another episode on the series titled Sickness, Death, and the Aftermath. So basically, this video wasn't planned, it was unplanned. Why is this place showing? Okay. Ooh, okay. This video wasn't planned. I didn't plan to make this video now. I actually made a content for something else and I was like, why should this look go to waste? I mean, now that I am, having all the vibe and ginger to make content, why not just use the opportunity? Because lately, these days, I don't know. I was telling my friend that Nipa is a great contributor to killing my motivation. But basically, aside from that, I've not really been feeling, to do anything. But now that I am in the mood, I said, okay, let me just do something and just see something out there. Okay. What prompted me to actually talk about this? I don't think this has a topic exactly. Let me just say, let me just title this as life after the burial. Yes, life after burial. Life after the burial. Yes. What motivated me to talk about this now is because recently, someone I know, I'm not close to the person, but I know someone who is close to the person, exactly. She recently lost her mom. And before I even continue, lately, how I put it, it's like I can relate to anybody going through grief, which is supposed to be normal, which is normal, you get. Like, whenever I hear this person has lost a father or a mother or someone, I am going through that emotion with you. Because I'm already thinking, oh my god, by this time now people are coming to their house, by this time everywhere is filled up, people are crying, like I can relate. I'm like, okay, the person died today, tomorrow now everywhere will be full, before the burial. Like, I'm like, oh my god, at least people will be there to keep the person company, the person will not feel all of that. So I can relate now. So when I heard that this lady lost her mom, I know I was going through some emotions at that time, but part of it was when I heard that she lost her mom, and everything just came back afresh. The emotions I felt when I was in that situation, and I could relate, and I was just putting myself in her situation as to what she'll be going through and all of that. So basically, I said I was going to talk about is it life after the burial, right? So there was this thing before I lost my mom. You hear people say something like, when you lose somebody and people are in the house, you will not feel it, because people are there, and all of that. And then I didn't understand what they were saying until when I was in that situation. Now, when I lost my mom, it's a normal thing, self, with Africans. I don't know if they do it. I can't just say Nigerians. I don't know if in other countries they do it. I think they do it. Obviously, when people lose people come over to their house, to be with them for a few days, few weeks, depending on when the burial is going to happen, just to calm them, cheer them, and all of that. So when my mom passed, I think a week or 2 weeks to her burial, the house was full. We had our cousins, we had friends over, we had aunties, uncles, everywhere was just full. And I remember my mom died on a Monday, and on a Tuesday, my friends came over. About a few of my friends came over to the house, and the way I was so excited, like I was gisting, I was laughing. One of them had to ask, I was like, "Are you sure you lost your mother?" But basically, what I'm trying to say that when you have people around, but there's this kind of comfort it gives, right? So you don't really come to terms with what's going on. I usually say this thing that grief thrives in idleness, in loneliness. When you're lonely, that's when thoughts start coming up. But when you have people around you, you won't really feel it. And so for the few weeks or so that, we're preparing towards the burial, people were in the house, we're gisting, we're laughing, like we're really feeling the impact, right? Now, fast forward to burial. Now, it's on that burial day that you now start coming to terms, although not all the time. Some people still do not come to terms with what has happened during the burial. But it's from that burial that little by little reality starts dawning on you. Because from that burial day, people start living. This is one of the most painful things about loss, about grief. People start living, because the world cannot stand still for you. Life will go on. People will come for the moment to share in your pain, but life will go on. So like on that day, that burial day, like most of my cousins left, because in my tradition we stay for like 5 days mourning period when someone dies. So we were in the village, because it was in the village that we buried my mom. We were in the village for 5 days for the mourning period, and on that Saturday quite a number of people left, but we weren't really feeling it so much until when Sunday came, because weekend was over, Monday working week and all of that. People had to go back because of their jobs, to take their children to school. And one of my very good friends who followed me for the burial also left on that day. Now it was on that Sunday that the place started becoming scanty. People started leaving. The house that was once full now became empty. Right down to when we came back to Abuja, two of my aunties accompanied me and my family, me and my siblings and my dad. They spent like a few days before they now finally left. Now, trust me, guys, that was when reality started hitting us, because we now realized that, oh, a family of 5, we are now just 4, and like everything was now empty. It was now you and reality, you and your thoughts, you and the truth face to face, that this person is no longer here. So that period is always a very difficult period, life after the burial, because that's when the real grief begins. That's when you now have to start picking up the broken pieces and moving on. Trust me, during the period before the burial, I don't know, I just felt, my mom wasn't around, but people were there, we're gisting, we're catching up. People don't like. I remember one of my secondary school friends I had not seen for years. She came to see me, so it was like a time of reunion and all of that. And now the burial is done, and it's just me and my family trying to, get our thoughts and process things and all of that. So what I'm trying to say is, life after the burial is very difficult. In fact, to me, that is when the grief truly begins. And it's very important to be there for people during that period. Don't just, I know, yes, life will go on, but don't just abandon them, please. Don't just abandon your friends, your relatives who have lost loved ones just after the burial. Don't abandon them, please. Still keep on checking up on them, reaching out to them, calling them. It may not be as frequent, but please and please do not abandon them. I have something that will be for another day, but basically, you will see the true character of people after the burial, basically. But that's another topic for another day. My point exactly is that try and be there. It's not going to be easy. It's not, you can't be there always 2/7. But even if it's going to visit maybe once a month, trying to call even if it's once a week, just to check how are they doing. Because trust me, if you've been in this situation, you can relate that life after the burial is very, very, very painful. It's a lot. It's a lot, honestly. So just try and just be there. Kudos to some of our very good mommies and aunties out there. There's a particular aunt of us who, since from the days when my mom was sick till now, and I mean till now, not a month goes by that she doesn't come to the house. And most times when she comes, she cooks. I'm not saying you should cook, but you can, as the spirit leads. But just try and be there. At least for the first 6 months to 1 year, just try and be there. Obviously, though over time they will have to accept that people can always be there, because people have to move on. But you see, that first 6 months to 1 year, the first year of losing someone, please and please, if you can, be there for that person. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Like I said, now it's like I can relate to, like, whenever I just hear about maybe somebody, especially someone I know, even if I don't know, like a month ago, my sister's boss passed on, and I could just relate to what the children were going to go through. I was like, oh my god, by this time people will be in their house, by this time this will be happening, because this is something that I experienced firsthand and all of that. Please, it won't hurt to just be kind. Just spread kindness. It's part of the fruit of the spirit. And I hope this video um was able to speak to someone out there. I I hope, how do I put it? I wasn't just talking for talking sake, but I was able to, minister in one way or the other. Yes, and I hope you liked the video. In case you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, please, you guys. Please comment what you think about this video. Which kind of video would you want me to do, or what topic concerning sickness, death, and the aftermath would you like me to talk about? Just lay it down in the comment section. If you have any contribution to this, if you can relate to this, please just write it in the comment section down below. I read and reply to all comments. I'm so glad I did this video because everything was just coming out. I didn't even have to cut this video or pause it for any reason. That's to show that I'm in line with the spirit. So it's good sometimes to be obedient to the spirit. God was like, how will I just allow this video to just, like, how will I allow myself to just go like that? But here I am, I've put content out there. I hope you liked it. And subscribe, you guys, please. 1K is the goal this year. We have about 4 months, 7. We have like about 5 more months, the end of this year. Please, let's make it to 1K, okay? And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. See you in my next episode. Bye.